Can you believe that this turns into this? The Tucktec foldable kayak, and that's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me, and thanks to the folks at Tucktec for sending me one of their really cool folding kayaks so I can show it to you, and for sponsoring today's video, which in good old plain Georgia English means they're paying me to show you this kayak. Ain't America great? I actually recorded this video once before and had horrible audio, so later on in a minute, we're gonna show you some lake footage. But I really want to talk about this kayak. I thought it was really, really cool. I've seen some folding kayaks before, and they were pretty expensive. This one comes in at just 350 bucks, weighs 28 pounds. It is made of 1/8 thick sheet plastic. Very, very tough. It comes in multiple colors, has a 3-year warranty, and it is made in the USA. Folded, it's just 47 inches by 15 inches. Assembled, it is 9 foot 8 inches by 31 inches wide. And as I said, it weighs just 28 pounds, and it has a maximum capacity of 300 pounds evenly distributed weight. Has adjustable footrest, full-size retractable skeg right here, or rudder. A marine grade foam sponsons. A large storage area behind the seat back here. It's got your foot pegs up there. Bow and stern handles, so if you can carry it very easily. And it's rated for thousands and thousands of folds. And again, 28 pounds. Pretty cool. So here's how simple this thing is to put together. So first of all, just undo your shoulder strap. And now is a good time to go ahead and make it as short as possible. You're gonna need that later when you put your seat on, so just make it as short as you can. Set that aside, don't lose it. Then you take your Velcro strap, undo it. Get back, Kuma. Same thing, set it aside, go ahead and start unrolling it. Watch out, Kuma, get back. Unroll it all the way like so. Okay, so once you've got it unrolled, then go ahead and pull this other stuff out of the way. This is your footrest, so you can leave it alone right now. First thing you want to do is you notice that you've got these score lines here. You want to follow those. So the very first thing you want to do is pull this up like so, and you'll see that there's a little tab here and a little tab there. Just squeeze those together very, very easily, like so, and just set that tab over there. That just holds it in place for a minute for you. The next thing you want to do, notice one side's got this little slot and has a little pull tab down here. The other side has this metal piece right here. So this is going to go out like this, and the other one's going to go out like this. But to keep it simple, you've got this little pull that little tab there, take the metal lever in your other hand, pull across, stick it in the slot, and just turn your little latch down. Just that simple. Really is simple. Requires very, very little effort. Put this little cotter pin in there just to retain it. You're gonna go to the back and do exactly the same thing with one little difference. Okay, like I said, the back is the same with one little difference. First, just move your seat out of the way. And the difference is it has this skeg. You wanna make sure that doesn't get all discombobulated. So, but we're gonna do the same fold, same thing, fold it in the middle like so. Pull this over and catch your little tab. It's easier if you get off of it. I'll sit on one side of it. That's just to hold it temporarily in place. Make sure this is free, not binding. You don't have your line caught or anything. Then you're gonna do the same thing this time. We're gonna get on the opposite side, reach across, grab the loop, grab the metal in this hand, and just do the same thing. And like so, turn your lever out of the way, line up the holes, and I've got the other cotter pin somewhere. Oh, here it is. And then the bow and the stern are complete. Okay, now we want to do the sides. On the sides, you notice there are 4 levers, 2 on each side, just like this. And there's little fold lines here. This is actually a lever, so you want to take this, pull it in just like that, and then put it underneath the little tab again and fold it down. So you just fold that up there. Put your cotter pin in. It's just for safety. Really, it's not going to come undone unless you happen to knock this loose, but this is just kind of a little added insurance. And you can do the same thing on this one here and both on the other side. Okay, now that it is folded, We're gonna put the, they call these sponsons. We'll put the sponsons on. Okay, since you probably couldn't see what I did on the other side, let's go ahead and put, they're calling these the sponsons on, which are just, basically they're pads to keep you from irritating your arms here. You got this little bungee cords here. They just go across the metal clips like so. And then you're done. All that's left is to put the seat in. Okay, now it's time to put the seat in. And one thing I did, just as a little quick tip, I didn't see this on any of their videos, but they did say it's kind of important that the seat is centered as much as possible. That'll keep your kayak from wanting to veer left or right. So I took a tape measure, measured the center and marked it, and also marked the center of the seat. That's optional, you don't have to do that. But first thing you'll notice, there's some little hooks on the bottom, J hooks, and there's some rods here on the bottom. That's going to be one of the ways you secure the seat. So the first thing you want to do, take your shoulder strap, which you have previously hopefully made as short as possible. If not, do that now, and run it through both of the sides. I just run it through one at a time like this, so the pad will stay behind the seat. So you do that just like that. I've already got it too short, too long now. Let's see. Okay, so got that done. Then take the front of these hooks and hook them under the middle bar. Then take your Velcro strap, fuzzy side down, and run it through like so and like so, and that's what you're going to secure the seat with. It's going to help secure the seat. So pull all the way down like low like that, so the buckle's down here, pull it over. Then bend your seat up here and here. I got it backwards, snap in there. There we go. Like so. If you need to make it longer, you can do that. If you want to lean back a little bit, you just adjust it like so. Adjust it however you want to there. And now, the last thing to do is adjust your foot pedal, your foot rest. And basically, you just pull it up to where you need it to be, and then put the cord lock down there, and there you go. You're ready to go. Okay, as you'll see in a minute when we show the water footage, this thing is actually really, really stable. But if you want a little more stability, maybe you're gonna be doing a lot of fishing or leaning, they offer this stabilizer kit, which is also pretty cool. And the way it works is you have these two little hooks here, and they just basically fit right into this little plastic slot here. And you got a short end, the long end, take the long end here, pick it under there. I'll put my foot in and stabilize it like so. Just flex it a little bit. There it goes. So it hooks on right there. You do that on both sides, and it really does add some stability to the kayak, which really doesn't need it. The other thing I want to show you, they also offer these takedown kayaks, which paddles, which are made of the same material as the kayak, and they just go together like so, snap together. We'll talk about these in just a minute. You'll see. Had a little bit of issue with these when we did the water test, but why don't we take this thing out to the lake and see how well it actually performs. So, as you can see, really, really easy to carry. Let's go get this thing wet. Let's get in. Here we go, baby. Pretty stable with the stabilizer kit on it. Let's see how well she paddles. You want to? I'm dry as a snug as a rug in a bug here. Pretty stable. So I will say the paddles have a little bit of flex in them, but seems to be okay. Let's take the stabilizer off and See how big a difference it makes. Oh, look at there. A little failure on the paddle. Yeah, I'm wet. Let's see how stable it is now. Still pretty stable. Okay, well, I'd say it's about as stable as any kayak I've ever been in without the stabilizer. With it, a little more so. So if you wanted this for fishing, I would probably invest the 35 bucks in the stabilizer kit, because if you're casting and moving around and trying to reel in a big old lunker, you might want a little more stability. And I will say one thing I want to mention: this thing is a flat water kayak. It is specifically not designed for whitewater. This is not for going down the rapids, and this is for going across a lake and, you know, fishing or smooth stuff like that. So let me get out and I'll show you what happened to this paddle. Here's the end that didn't break, and looks like it's really designed to go this way, paddle this way, and have the pressure against it this way. But I turned it around, maybe going back or whatever, had pressure against it this way. And what happened here, you can get a little close up and see, it actually cracked. You can see the crack there, and it broke. So I think it would probably could have got me home, but that's what happened. So I got to keep it real here for you. First of all, sorry about the crappy audio, because my fancy microphones apparently quit working on me. So I'm on my iPhone now. But if you're done kayaking, how hard is it to get this thing back in a bundle? Because sometimes it's really hard to get stuff back in the box. Well, let's take a look at it. Here's how we do it. First of all, I take these right here, I'll pop them out of the way. Same thing over here. You notice I did that without even looking. Then come over here, unsnap the seats, go ahead and extend these all the way out. These straps again with the male buckles on them, and just tip them over the side. You need to leave them exposed. Take this seat off here, this little strap off here, save that, you're going to need that. And then finally, take the seat out, take the carry strap out of that, because you're obviously going to need that as well. And set the seat aside. Then it's just a matter of removing all the cotter pins and opening up all the little levers here, so you can unfold it. Then go ahead and loosen up the footrest. Pop that up there, kind of flatten it out. Just a minute. Take these sponson rails and slide them together, put them in the front. The third section right here. Because then what you're going to do is you want to fold this over like that, over your foot rail. Then fold it back again like this. And notice I said fold it. We're not rolling it, we're folding it. And then kind of press it down, keep it, push down on it. And you just keep making your way back. Every time, kind of press down on it, try to keep it as flat as you can. And got like a little, make sure you unfold like this little My little lever was kind of sticking in the ground, holding it up, so make sure it stays down, because it's gonna get in your way sometimes. Nice and flat there. Nice and flat there. Fold it again. Same thing. Fold it again. Then you sign that says slippery when wet. Kind of push those down, make sure they're not in your way. Keep the fold on it, keep it nice and tight. You get to the last big section, take your seat, lay it down with the plastic side up, and then fold one more time. And this is going to want to kind of maybe push out. Don't let it. Just push back in. Fold down on top of it. Now there. Go ahead. Your last fold. Pull this over. Fold down like so. Swing your skeg out of the way. Take the strap, the Velcro strap, with the buckle away from you and the fuzzy part down, and just lay it out on the ground. Put my knee on there, stretch this out like so, and then the simplest thing to do is just pick this whole thing up, move it out that far, lay it on top. Buckle it up. If you put the fuzzy side up, you gotta turn it over because it wouldn't work. Then finally, take your shoulder strap. Right now it's at the shortest length. Take it about halfway out, something like that. Connect it to these buckles here. Got one on each side. One there. These are the ones that you left hanging out. You left them hanging out, didn't you? And there she is, ready to go in your trunk or your back seat or wherever.
Chuck Norris can unscramble an egg.
Okay, let's see if we can land this plane now. So there's some footage of how quickly you can put this thing together. You could probably do it a lot faster if you're not trying to do it on video. But it works. It does very, very well. It was extremely dry. Didn't get any water in the seams. The only water I got in it was just splashing from the paddles like normal. It's easy to take down and fold up. 28 pounds. Very, very compact. You could put this in the back seat of your car if you needed to. You don't need a truck. You don't need a rack. You don't need a rooftop, any of that stuff. You can have a very serviceable kayak. It's extremely stable. If you add the stabilizer kits, it's even more stable. I gotta say, I mean, I think this is a really cool thing. Like I said, I've seen other folding kayaks that are more expensive and not as tough as this. This is 1/8 inch thick sheet plastic, super, super tough. I think it's a winner, I'll put it that way. However, when it comes to the paddles, I think they have some room for improvement. So you could certainly go buy a different paddle for about the same price and have a really solid combo, because the kayak is super solid. So anyway, that is the Tucktec kayak, and I hope this has not been too rambling. Again, pretty impressed with this thing. So hopefully this has been helpful. Thanks again to the folks at Tucktec for not only sending me this kayak so I can show it to you, but for sponsoring this video. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival is not an accident, so be prepared. I'll see you next time.